What is up, guys, and welcome back. Neumatix here with another speedy Minecraft mod review. Today we're going to be looking at a mod that'll change your Minecraft world into a Harvest Moon game. So without further ado, let's do this. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've always loved Harvest Moon games. For those of you who don't know what kind of game that is, it's pretty much like a farming simulator, but that really kind of puts it to shame because it is so much more than that. So first of all, the mod is called Harvest Festival by Joshy Jack, and it is available for versions 1.10 and below, and it is not available for versions 1.11 and up as of yet. But I am very hopeful that this mod author will go ahead and update it. So to go ahead and start this mod off, you're going to need some flowers, some flower pots, you're going to need some water buckets and a stick, and then you're going to go ahead and place some water down into some holes just like this. Go ahead and do that and grab some flowers out. You're going to place one over here, one here, and then you grab a flower pot, put a flower in the middle, and then you go ahead and transform this by clicking on it, and it'll turn into a goddess flower. So now that we got this goddess flower, we can go ahead and break it, and then once we get it, we can go ahead and throw it into one of these pools of water, and then suddenly the harvest goddess will go ahead and appear, and then we can go ahead and talk to her, and she'll ask us if it's the first time playing. It'll go and get you through the tutorial, and then she'll ask you to bring her some logs. Once you go ahead and get some logs up, you can be able to start building your first place. Well, if you want to go ahead and go off in some other area and get your logs, she may disappear, but don't worry, when she does, she will go ahead and drop another goddess flower, so you can throw it into the little pool of water and she will appear again. So let's go ahead and talk to her again and see if she'll go ahead and give us that quest. And I think she did. Oh, I did not have the logs in my hand. That's one thing to go ahead and mention, is that you need the item in hand when you're completing a quest. So I'll go ahead and talk to her again. She says perfect. She'll be able to give me the blueprint for this house, and then we could go ahead and get the carpenter up and running here. So what she's really going to hand you is this blueprint for carpenter. You can go ahead and place it down on the ground. If you like it where it's at, you can keep it. If you don't, you can go ahead and put it somewhere else, but I like it right there. So we're going to shift, right click, and this guy's going to go ahead and get to work. Now, one thing to mention here is that if you don't like some of the HUDs up in the right or left hand corner, you go and change that in the options. But let me go ahead and explain to you what those are. So up in the left hand corner, you see spring 1. There are 30 days in the seasons, and there are 4 seasons, so spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And then up in the right hand corner, that's how much gold you have right now. Of course, I have 0 because I just started, but that is the common currency to be using in this mod. Now, something that's really cool about this mod is it can be used on a server or on your own personal world. You could go and change the options any way you want, whether you be on a server or on your own personal world here. Harvest Festival, config, and here are all the options you can change. You pretty much change anything you want. You could go in and eliminate those HUD items up in the left and right hand corner if you really wanted to. You could change how long the days are. Maybe you don't like them being at 30, maybe you want them to be at 10, maybe you want to be at 50. You could change that any way you want. You could change the way you mine, you could change the animals, the textures, and you can even change the weather patterns. Do keep in mind though that if you want the seasons to last longer or shorter, you're going to want to do it right away before you start doing anything, because as soon as you change it, you could be in autumn and all of a sudden you change the settings to be only 10 days long, and you go in and start your world again, it's going to start at spring 1 again. So go ahead and keep that in mind when you're playing with this mod. So once this guy's done building his little hut over here, you'll see up in the corner that he has a sign that says he's open from a certain time to a certain time and on certain days. So go ahead and make sure you pay attention to that up in the left hand corner as you go throughout and progress throughout the mod. And he'll go ahead and sell you stuff when he is open. Right now he is not open. So as you can tell, I pretty much built everything you can in this mod, and I waited for that guy to build everything, and it took forever, especially that building off in the corner. But as you can see, I have some chickens, actually just one chicken, which will lay some eggs, and then I have some feed over there to take care of them. And just like in the Harvest Moon games, you can take care of your animals just like you do in those games. So you could go ahead and pet my sheep to make sure he's loved, and then we can go and do it to the cow as well. And wow, that was loud. And then we can go ahead and grab some brushes, and we can brush our animals to make sure that they're all right. And then we can go ahead and milk the cow, and we can go and shed the sheep to get some stuff. And then we'll go ahead and put it all in this shipping box. And it's pretty much where you're going to get all of your gold. As you see in the right hand corner, I have a lot of gold from doing all this. And same with your chickens, as long as you take care of them and feed them and pick them up and throw them. And I'm going to go and show you guys what that looks like right now. I'll go to pick my chicken up, and then he's on top of my head. That's awesome. This is so cool that the mod author did that. And go ahead and let him down, and then he'll land and be very happy about that. And we can take the egg he went ahead and put for us and go ahead and put that in the shipping bin as well. The mod author also set up a cool scenario where you can go ahead and find recipes off of a bunch of people, and those will go ahead and start off when you build the cafe. So the cafe, I believe, is where you're going to go ahead and get your first recipe. I think, don't quote me on that, it's been a while. I actually built all this stuff a little bit ago. I was playing with the mod. It's been so much fun. I've just been messing around with it so much. And then you'll be able to start cooking some special things out of the crops you grow. The main market is pretty much where you're going to go ahead and buy all of your necessities. So like all of your crops, and they're going to only be in the certain season you're in, and you'll be able to go all the way down here and find her somewhere right there, and she'll be able to go ahead and sell you some stuff, of course, when she's open. But in each building there are going to be multiple people, and that is because this mod allows for you to go ahead and marry certain NPCs just like you would in the regular Harvest Moon game. But in this one, you can actually I think you can marry pretty much anyone, or at least be friends with everyone in the town, and that's by giving them certain things that they like. And if I could actually find anyone in this town, that would be amazing right now. Okay, we found this lady right here in the cafe, Liara. So over here in this corner, you see these little hearts. So she doesn't have anything built up for me. She's not even my friend. She's more of an acquaintance. But if I were to head and put something in my hand, and let's see, maybe some chicken feed. Sure, let's see if she takes that. I can have this little thing pop up. It says gift held item, and she'll tell me if she wants it. She says thank you, and she actually took that. That's crazy. She actually took the chicken feed. I'm not sure that she actually liked it, but there you go. That is how you go ahead and gift things. So different things are better for different people, and they'll tell you whether they like it or not. So I touched on very briefly about taking care of your animals, and as you can tell, this animal has not been taken care of very well. He is sick right now. In order to help him, I'm going to need some animal medicine, which can be gotten from the store over in that area, which I'll go ahead and show you guys in a minute. But I'll go and give these guys some medicine so that they don't have any problems. And we're going to go ahead and go over here and talk to this guy in here. This guy right here, Jim. He's going to have everything we need for our animals. So if we need some treats, we need some cow treats, some fodder in order to feed them. We have some animal medicine. And he's also going to have some miracle potions, which will allow your cows to have more babies, which is pretty cool, just like in the regular Harvest Moon games. And one of the things to mention, when taking care of your animals, like I said, they were sick. When it is raining, they need to be brought back into whatever building you've made for them. Another thing I mentioned earlier was this mod allows your game to be transformed so that all the seasons will change the landscape around you. It is autumn, and it definitely looks like autumn. All the trees have changed colors, and then in the winter, it will also snow. So right now, it's also going to change the weather patterns. So in autumn, it rains a little bit more than usual, and sometimes it does that in the summer as well. You will definitely see a lot more rainy days, and that actually does affect your crops as well. So when you're growing crops and it is raining, it will let you go ahead and have a day without watering any of your crops with your watering can. Along with the fact of your entire world being changed by this mod in the different seasons, the day cycles will change as well. So as you see in the autumn and in the winter, the day cycle, when you wake up in your bed, it will still be nighttime. It'll take a lot longer for daytime to come around, and daytime will only last a certain amount of time. And the cool thing about this is when you're actually all done with everything, say you've taken care of all your animals, you talk to everyone you want to, you've built up your relationships, you've watered all your crops, you put everything in your shipping box, and you're ready to just call it a day, you can actually sleep at any time you want. So it is 8:56 in the morning, we're going to sleep. Boom, there you go. You don't have to worry about it. You can go ahead and transfer right to the next day as quickly as that. So like I said before, there are definitely some items in the game that you can't get by just crafting. You're going to be able to buy those from other people in the area. And like this hoe, I can go ahead and if there wasn't snow there, I can set up a small area to go and get my crops ready. And then I also have a watering can that go in water areas. This one's actually upgraded because I went to the mine to go ahead and mine some materials, which I will show you here in a minute. So just like in the Harvest Moon games, you could go ahead and go into the mine and mine a bunch of stuff, and it's going to have this little portal for you to go through, which you're going to need to be bringing your hammer in order to get anything you want out of it. Now that we're actually inside the mine shaft, I don't believe any mobs actually spawn in here. I think it's just a separate area. But as you see right here, I have a copper node, so all I'd have to do is, if I was actually in survival, I would have been able to use my hammer to go ahead and break that. And I believe this is an endless mine shaft, so you can just honestly keep going down and down in order to find all the materials you need. And there's a couple different materials like copper and silver and mythic and a bunch of other stuff that you're going to need in order to upgrade your tools. But alright guys, that's pretty much it for me. I do hope you enjoyed this Minecraft mod showcase. I try to make it as quick as possible for how much stuff is actually in this mod. I mean, really, look at everything around me. There is so much to do in this mod. It is so much fun, and it really did throw me into the old days of when I used to play Harvest Moon. It really brought me back to that. If you did enjoy this, please leave a like or a comment and let me know if you try this mod out for yourself. This mod author has a lot of stuff in store. He has a lot of stuff planned, and I do hope he brings it up to 1.11 and 1.12. But anyways, if you did enjoy, like I said, please leave a like and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Please subscribe to get content like this every weekend. Thanks again, guys. See ya.